For a long time, Vegeta has been in the shadow of Goku and trying to catch up to his power or surpass him. And as we've seen now in the current series of Dragon Ball Super, we're starting to see that Vegeta and Goku are becoming more equal in power, or maybe possible that Vegeta may be a little bit stronger than Goku, which at the current moment we don't know. But this is all not a coincidence. And if we go through the history of breaking down Goku and Vegeta's power and the reason for why it's always been so hard for someone like Vegeta to catch up to Goku, it's not just because, Goku is just, this amazing character that Vegeta just could never catch up to, and Goku's always one step ahead. In that case, it's not. It's a little bit more detailed that it kind of goes over a lot of people's heads when looking at the series. As we examine both Goku and Vegeta, we're going to go through their lifestyle, them growing up, and to the current point of Super right now. And we're going to even speak a little bit about GT as well. So, if we start off in the beginning, we've seen Goku grow up in Dragon Ball, where he pretty much grows up on Earth. He learns martial arts, and pretty much he's kind of like one of the most strongest people on Earth at the time, from him just being different and really just always having that edge over a lot of his opponents, until he meets a couple other martial artists at the time, like Tien and Piccolo. But as Vegeta, same thing. Vegeta, he grows up, he's actually born with a high power level and pretty much the strongest Saiyan at the time. And he's pretty much, like I said in the previous video about the Saiyans, they don't really go out and challenge themselves. They like to battle, but they pretty much gauge their enemies, so they're not really trying to fight people that much stronger than they are. Now, all this starts to change a little bit when Vegeta and Nappa visit Earth. So when they all visit, now mind you, Raditz shows up on Earth before Vegeta and Nappa, and they end up defeating Raditz at the cost of Goku losing his life. Now, this is where everything starts to kind of change a little bit, I would say. Now, mind you, Goku and Piccolo having a taste of what the power that Raditz had, it caused them to say, and they knew that Vegeta and Nappa was coming to Earth, it caused them to feel like, okay, they're going to train and prepare for them. Now, mind you, with Goku goes to the afterlife and pretty much, trains with King Kai. And as we know, time in the other world does not run the same way as time inside the regular, on Earth. And pretty much Goku's technically, even though they're counting the same time frame, but Goku's pretty much technically getting more time to train, because how the time difference works in the other world. So this has always been a big factor that helps Goku with a lot of his training. As we can see that Goku got a nice extra amount of time to pretty much catch up to close to the levels of Nappa and Vegeta, where it actually passed Nappa, but close to Vegeta's level, and learning new techniques, which at the time he still technically wasn't stronger than Vegeta at the time, but the Kaioken technique actually helped him to catch up to Vegeta at that time of that battle. And with the help of his friends, he was able to defeat Vegeta and spare him. And this kind of changed Vegeta's perspective about fighting stronger opponents, and seeing, once they got on Namek and seeing Goku return off of his training again. Goku trains on a spaceship with gravity, which he gets stronger. And when he shows up, this made Vegeta starts to wonder, okay, it reevaluated everything he knew about low class Saiyans, and wondering that how Goku might become the first Super Saiyan in a long time. And at this point, we start to see clues of this, and Goku pretty much, he heals himself up inside the rejuvenation tank, and gets another Zenkai boost at this point in the series. And at this point, the powers are just jumping up in the Namek series, because like I said, they need everybody to shoot up to a scale up to Frieza. Now, everything changes a little bit after this. So now, once Goku becomes the strongest at this point with the Super Saiyan transformation. Goku trains out of space. Vegeta still is training on Earth, and he makes, Bulma's father create him a gravity room as well, where he goes and train to try to do what Goku's doing, because now Vegeta is trying to follow in the footsteps of what Goku is doing. Now, Vegeta, we have to give Vegeta a little bit more credit. At the same time, they were always saying Vegeta was a prodigy, which this also shows, because it's a lot of things we overlook is that Vegeta is training as hard to become strong, and as he, eventually, Frieza shows up and Goku returns, and Trunks, ends up taking out Frieza and King Code, and from there they get the warning of the android. So now everyone goes off to go train to prepare for the android. So now at this point, everyone is training regular. Now, mind you, Goku has not stopped training since he left Frieza, so he's still powerful. So now at this point, Vegeta is training intensely to try to surpass Goku and achieve Super Saiyan, which he eventually achieves Super Saiyan. They don't tell you when Vegeta attend his Super Saiyan transformation during that time frame. Was it close to the end of the of the time, or was it in the beginning? It doesn't state when exactly. So sometime during that time, Vegeta learns it, and he trains. Now, mind you, Vegeta shows up, and people are saying that Vegeta might be stronger than Goku, which, like I said, at the time, everyone is gauging Goku while he's pretty much sick. No one is seeing Goku at his full best pretty much at this point. And even though Gohan and Piccolo is training, Goku is not going all out. As we all know, Goku loves to spar and take things light. So he's not fighting Gohan and Piccolo, who's not as strong as him at the time. You get what I'm saying? At full power. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Gohan may still have hidden potential, but at the same time, Gohan is not fighting serious, especially not against, Goku. He's not going to be trying to fight Goku to kill. So, at this point, I'll say Vegeta and Goku are kind of somewhat close to relative, but I'll still kind of put, there's a possibility that Goku can still probably be above Vegeta at this point. But now, things begin to change again. Another thing is that they begin to use the time, the room and spirit of time, to pretty much train and prepare for Cell after Cell shows up and becomes perfect. Now, at this point, Vegeta goes in first, and now they get pretty much a whole year of training. Another special thing that helps them to, consume and save time. And at this point, Vegeta unlocks grade 2, and Trunks things that Vegeta doesn't know about grade 3, which Vegeta does know, but Trunks is the only one that doesn't see the drawbacks. And now Goku, he unlocks all, both of those forms, but he realized the drawback of grade 3, where he's like, okay, and also seeing that Trunks was defeated by, so Goku didn't know about this, but at the same time, Goku does know that, he needs something more. And at this point, Goku decides to unlock grade 4 by him and Gohan doing a training by being able to stay in Super Saiyan transformation without it putting a strain on their bodies and their stamina. So that pretty much helps out with, Goku in his training, and at this point, it puts him on another level far above Vegeta at this point. Now, Goku ends up dying in the battle against Cell. Now, the thing is, like I said, Goku has always gotten special training by him being able to train with different masters and understanding his training a little bit better, and also being able to train with gods and getting special time to catch up in his training. Whereas in Vegeta, I don't think Vegeta did training, but not the same type of training that Goku knew with about fully controlling his ki. Vegeta didn't even know how to sense power levels until he came to Earth and fought them and started understanding a little bit more. So this gave an advantage, because even going back to the Cell Saga, Vegeta, Goku wanted to train outside of the Room of Spirit of Time, and he also was telling Gohan that having a rest day is very important. For those of you who go to the gym and work out, we all know that a rest day is very important to let your muscles cool down and they build back up to be stronger. So that's something that Vegeta just didn't, understand, where he was just doing intense training nonstop, and pretty much he's straining his muscles and not getting the full maximum results, which also led to another reason why Goku was always a step ahead of him in power. So regardless, even back when Vegeta first learned Super Saiyan, regardless if Vegeta felt like he was stronger than Goku at the time with the power, Goku would have still been ahead of him, because Goku still knew how to properly train better than what Vegeta knew. This is another reason of future Trunks not getting that. Future Gohan not getting that Goku full Goku training. When the androids attacked, why future Gohan could never be as powerful as the current Gohan at the time, because of him not getting that full training mastery. Even if he had got time to train with Piccolo a little bit longer, it would have been a little bit more better for him to understand a little bit more, but he didn't. So that plays a big factor that a lot of people overlook in the story. And like I said, fast forward, Goku ends up, going to Otherworld again during the peace period of after Gohan defeats Cell. And Goku was still training in the Otherworld, which now, like I said, once again, for that time frame, Vegeta's still training intensely on Earth just to better himself, because he don't think, he'll see Goku, and pretty much trying to maybe test his power against Gohan, because Gohan is number one at the time. But he just trained just to train and keep up and just keep on being better than his current self. Now Goku is still training in the Otherworld, which he's training with King Kai and trying to get special training from the Grand Kai, and he's meeting strong fighters, and at the same time he's fighting he's in the world where time is different from Earth, so it's pretty much giving him a little bit more time. And also the stamina and certain resistance stuff up there is a little bit different, because that's the reason why Goku is able to achieve Super Saiyan 3, and it feels to him he didn't feel accustomed when he came back to Earth with the Super Saiyan 3, because it's kind of like you have a little bit more, I would say it's somewhat of a little bit more boost in stamina when you're in the other world, when you're not alive and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, Goku kind of had some extra advantages to pretty much put in more time and work and train to pretty much achieve Super Saiyan 2 and 3 while he was there. While Vegeta is on Earth just doing intense training and pretty much trying to, unlock these things, and Vegeta was able to unlock Super Saiyan 2 during that time frame until, the battle with Buu. And Vegeta is pretty much, at this point, he gets the power up again from Babidi. Now, this is another thing, like I said, Vegeta is doing all this just from training regularly on Earth, and Goku is getting several different, special trainings with gods, and, having like certain time advantages and stuff like that. Like I said, with the first time with King Kai, and then the second time after Cell, and Goku's getting these extra times to train. So it's pretty much like the time frame that Vegeta's training and Goku's training is like Goku's getting extra years pretty much, technically, and it's pretty much giving him more time to train when he's training inside the other world. So for Vegeta to still be able to somewhat train up to that level in that time frame and stuff like that, and just still not be that far behind, is definitely something commendable. But now, like I said, things starts to change a little bit. Like I said, of course, we had got GT after, and in GT, Goku leaves off, and we don't get that much Vegeta at the time. And of course, Vegeta is very powerful at this time as well, and Goku is very powerful. But Goku at the time unlocked Super Saiyan 4, which that put him above everybody at the time, until Vegeta unlocked Super Saiyan 4, which they were saying Vegeta might possibly be, like they always like to say, every time Vegeta gets a form the same as Goku, they always like to say Vegeta might possibly be stronger than Goku in his form. So they like to say Vegeta might be possibly stronger in Super Saiyan 4 than Goku Super Saiyan 4, which, that's still up for debate. But now we go into Super. Now the reason for Super, we're seeing that, they're starting to become more equal in power. And that's because now Goku and Vegeta are doing the same exact type of training. They're training with the same master, the same place, and they're both doing the same type of training. And now we're starting to see them become a little bit more equal in power. And at first, like I said, once again, they would give Goku Ultra Instinct, and that put him above Vegeta. But Vegeta would get Ultra Ego, which, because Ultra Instinct was just a different path. So it's like once you start seeing Goku and Vegeta deprived from a different path, things starts to change. So now we look at Superhero, which is the latest thing, and Vegeta defeats Goku in sparring, and Vegeta was doing meditation and stuff, which Vegeta never do. Goku used to meditate back then, even before he came back to Earth for the tournament after the Cell Saga, and he was coming back to meet Gohan and everybody. He was meditating after his training. So, Vegeta now is starting to learn all these things that Goku already learned. So now that's kind of putting them on an equal playing field, to the point where, Vegeta's getting new techniques like Spirit Vision, and he's able to pretty much do more now. And it's starting to show. So that's the reason why now you see that they're becoming a little bit more equal in power, or maybe possibly that Vegeta may be stronger than Goku and stuff like that. So it's still up for debate to see, what's going to happen from, but like I said, Vegeta definitely went through a lot of development. And like I said, once he started doing the same type of training and stuff as Goku, you can start seeing that he's starting to catch up. And the only thing that's kind of like, separating them really is just their personality and their character, which is why, Goku is focusing more on the UI and Vegeta's focusing more on UE. And then now, as we got a beast Gohan. So just imagine if Gohan was training with them, like I say, and Gohan surpassing them without just, just because they want him to. But, if Gohan really just keeps up his training and was doing the same type of stuff with what Goku and Vegeta do on a daily basis, Gohan would definitely be the strongest person in the whole show. You get what I'm saying? So at this point, we're gonna wait to see what they do. But this just was a little breakdown about their power, and just to show the difference between Goku and Vegeta and why they're starting to become a little bit more equal in power. And because they're starting to do the same things now. They're training under the same person, everything like that. So now everything is becoming a little bit more equal. So like I said, drop a like, drop a comment at the bottom, let us know what you think, and I'm out.